how to plant Palmetto St. Augustine. Again, this does apply to all of our grasses, I would say. There is no, I can't think of a planting practice. If you're planting palmetto, if you're planting a grass in the shade, I might tell you to restrict the times of year that you're planting it. I would absolutely, ideally, it is toughest to grow grass in the shade. So the best time of year to plant any grass is March, April, and May. So I would push someone to try to stick to those months if I'm planting grass in the shade. But other than that, planting grass is planting grass is planting grass. The more you can fluff up the soil, the more you can till, the more good soil you can bring in, the thicker you can make that layer, the better. These are all imperfect, best case scenarios. Most people that plant our grass, they take out the grass that's there, or they have a fresh, it's a new house and new build, and they've got nothing but dirt there to begin with. If you can add some good topsoil to what's there, that will help the grass stay healthier, longer, with less water, and less fertilization, and everything, if you can bring in some good topsoil. A lot of people do not have the luxury of bringing in a 6-inch layer of good composted garden soil mix whether it's a brand new house or an existing house, because that means you've got to haul off a lot of dirt, and it's just not feasible in most cases. But anything you can do, like I said, to break up the dirt that's there and incorporate some good topsoil into it before you plant is money and time and effort well spent. And then it's like laying tile. Once you do all the preparation work, you just try to butt the pieces up as tight next to one another as you can. Any gap that you leave in the pieces is going to allow the sunlight to hit the native topsoil, and then you're going to get weeds growing in that area, because weeds will always be, before that grass can cover the area, weeds will always beat it to the punch, and then you end up with probably common Bermuda grass, maybe some nut grass. Those are the two biggest culprits, and then no telling what else. So get that grass as tight up next to one another as you possibly can, and then water. Slowly applied water, depending on the time of year, how much you're going to have to do. It's the rule of thumb most of the year is 2 inches of water the day you lay it down, or the next day. If it's July, you better do it the day you lay it down. And like I said, a lot of people have asked, well, what about if I just apply it by hand? You can't just dump volumes of water on it at one time. You want slowly applied water. So you put the sprinkler out there, and usually 6, 8, 10 hours. The last time I timed it and put a rain gauge out there, it took about 8 hours to put out 2 inches of water, and that's about what you want to do. And then you kind of, you never have to water it like that again. But for that first week, you're still watering an hour or two a day, and then that second week maybe you're going to every other day, and it backs off from there a little bit. But like I said, soil preparation and water afterwards are probably the biggest things that you can do for any grass. Palmetto, I would say the big difference is try to stick to that March, April, and May, because you need everything going for you that you can. And March, April, and May is certainly the best time of year to plant grass. Summertime, you run into several different funguses and some different insects and whatnot that can be problems in the summer, and you don't need that stacked against you when you're trying to plant grass in the shade.